Hello students, welcome back. In today's session we will study about general syntactic characteristics. So let's start. The script can appear directly as the content of script tag. We have studied about JavaScript and an example on a JavaScript in the last session, where we have seen how JavaScript is included in an HTML document. JavaScript can appear either in the body section of an HTML document or in the head section of a HTML document. To include JavaScript in an HTML document, a tag is used. That tag is called as a script tag. So JavaScript is the content of the script tag, and the script tag may have an attribute. The attribute is the type attribute, and this should be set to text JavaScript. If we have to include a JavaScript inside HTML document, we have to use a tag script and an attribute of a tag type. The value for this type should be text JavaScript. One example is given here. You can see script type is equals to text JavaScript. So this is an opening tag, and we have a closing tag for it, and in between open and close tag we can have our JavaScript code. So that is included in between open and close script tag. Even a JavaScript can be indirectly embedded in an XHTML document with src attribute of script tag. Now we have seen in the last session JavaScript can be directly added in the XHTML document or indirectly. In case of indirectly, a separate JavaScript file is created and that file is attached to the XHTML document. Now if we have a separate JavaScript file, and how this file can be attached? It can be attached to the XHTML document by using src attribute of script tag. Src here stands for source. And now one example is here. Script type text JavaScript. Src is equals to the location, or you can say the URL of the JS file, that is JavaScript file. JS here, it is the extension of JavaScript file. So we have to use src attribute of script tag. So that is about including JavaScript in an XHTML document, either directly or indirectly, that is a separate file can be included. Now in the JavaScript, the identifiers, that is the variables, are called as the names of variables or functions. It is called as an identifier, and these identifiers or the names must begin with a letter, and these rules are almost similar to the rules for variables or identifiers used in other languages also. So we should not start a variable name with a digit. It should always begin with a letter or an alphabet, you can say, or an exception to that is underscore or a $sign. Subsequent characters may be letters. That is about the first character, and after that we may have letters, underscores, $signs, or digits. There is no specific length limitation for identifiers in JavaScript. It can have identifier or a variable name, you can say, can be of any length. In JavaScript, there are 25 reserved words, that is the keywords, and in JavaScript we have 25 reserved words, and most of the reserved words you are already familiar with, like break, case, catch, continue, default, for, new, instance of, through, try, switch. Only few of these keywords like var, which is used to declare a variable, are new here. In addition to this, JavaScript has large collection of predefined words, including the words like alert, open, Java, self. These are some words which are predefined in Java. Now the comments in JavaScript, it supports two forms of comments which are already used in other languages also, and with which you are already familiar with, that is double forward slashes and slash star star slash, that is single line comment and multi-line comment. Both are used in other programming languages and can also be used in JavaScript as well. Even the XHTML comment used to hide JavaScript uses the normal beginning syntax. So this is an XHTML comment which can be used to hide JavaScript, and JavaScript can be hidden because if a browser do not supports a JavaScript, or it do not have, if it doesn't have a Java interpreter, JavaScript interpreter, then the browser may display the JavaScript code as it is on the web page. And if you don't want that to happen, you can include JavaScript code inside the XHTML comment tag. But the format of XHTML comment here, it is a bit different. The beginning syntax is same, that is angular bracket, exclamation symbol, double dashes. But the closing tag, it is a bit different. Now the following XHTML comment form hides the enclosed JavaScript from browsers that do not have JavaScript interpreters. Now this is to hide the JavaScript from the browser which do not have JavaScript interpreters, but makes it visible to browsers that do supports JavaScript, but that is made available to the browsers who supports JavaScript. Now the syntax, you can see it is like this. So this is angular bracket, exclamation, double dashes. Then we have our JavaScript code, and at the end it has been closed with double forward slashes, double dashes and angular bracket close. And all this has to be enclosed inside a script tag. Remember, there has to be a script tag before this. Okay, script open and script close, and inside this we have this format. And this is not compulsory to include the JavaScript code inside the XHTML comments, but as I've said, if the browser do not have a JavaScript interpreter, in that case the browser may completely, or it may display the JavaScript code as it is on the web page. One more important thing about JavaScript is that the use of semicolon. The use of semicolon is unusual in JavaScript. On JavaScript, every line or every statement is terminated by, or it is written on a new line. Every statement in JavaScript has to be written on the new line, and that is the reason we even without the semicolon we can write the JavaScript code. There is no need to have a semicolon after each statement in the JavaScript. When we start a new line, the new line itself will be considered as a new statement here. Even though we can, if we want, we can even use a semicolon in JavaScript, but it is unusual. Now this is an example program on JavaScript. As you can see, this is an XHTML document. XHTML document structure we have already studied. As per that, it starts with XML declaration, doc type, then we have an HTML with XMLNS attribute, then we have head, title, then inside the body we have added the JavaScript code. Now look at the syntax, how it has been added. We have a script tag with type attribute which is set to text JavaScript, and inside this we have XHTML comment open, and this is the closing of that comment, and inside this comment we have our JavaScript code. This is our JavaScript code. Now what this code does, if you look at this code, document.write, hello fellow web programmers. Now what we are doing here is we are simply printing a message on the web page from a JavaScript. Now if you look at this line, we are not printing any message directly from a body. We have printed a message from the JavaScript here by using a write method of document object. So when I say document.write, it is displayed, a message can be displayed on the document. Okay, with this we will stop here today. We'll continue our discussion of JavaScript in the next session. Thank you.